Ever since I left Google a few months ago, I wanted to do two projects, which I couldn't do when I was still employed at Google. I could do them, but I didn't have the balls to do them. Yeah, the first project is what this whole video is about, and it's basically me trying to implement a full game in Flutter in 10 minutes. And I mean, like, not 10 minutes of edited video, but 10 minutes straight from start to finish without using any editing, without using any the pre-existing code or anything like that. Just from like the counter app to a finished game in 10 minutes. So it's probably going to fail, but anyway, I'll try it. So I guess I can start. Let me start the timer and go. Hey, this is me from the future. I realized that I couldn't actually talk while also building this game. So instead I deferred to my future self to do the talking and the explaining, and so that's what I'm doing here. All right. So far I just replaced everything under the scaffold of this app, which is the usual app, with a row, and in it there's an aspect ratio of 1, which just makes sure that this will be a square, right? And in it there's a grid view. So I'm still not telling you what this game is about, but it has a grid. It has a grid of 9 fields by 3, so 3 by 3. And see, I have trouble actually writing code here, like actually writing characters, which doesn't bode well for the whole experiment. Okay, so I have something there I just saved, and therefore there was a hot reload, and so you can see over there on the left or right bottom corner that I have some kind of grid there. And next to the aspect ratio, next to the square, I have a column, which is basically my status part of the game, which just says, right now it just says your move. And then there's a button, which again, I have trouble actually editing stuff apparently, and it just says restart, right? So it doesn't do anything yet. Also, I don't want everything pressed so hard to the top of the page, so a little bit of nicety is to put the main axis alignment to space around, which makes a little more move to each item in that list, and also adding putting everything into center. In this I will not do a lot of visual stuff, of course. I have only 10 minutes, but still it's nice. Cool. I have created the state of the game now, which is a list of 9 zeros at the start, but it's going to always be a list of 9 numbers. Now, ideally, if I were doing an actual game, I would on a grid, I would of course want to have a two-dimensional list or array or something like this. But in this case, I'm realizing, of course, that I don't have the time to do this, and I can easily basically hard code everything there. So now I can actually check, and you can see that I'm showing nothing when the tile says 0. I am showing X when it's 1 and O when it's 2. I think you can guess what I'm going with. And now I'm allowing to the player to actually interact with the game by adding an inkwell that says tiles equals 1, tiles I equals 1. And now I tried it, and it shows that yes, it works. The player can actually add axis on this. And so now we're going to program the AI. The AI is basically the major problem of the game, because we already have the UI. It's terrible, it looks bad, but it's there. So the AI first needs to wait for some duration, and this is completely just for the feel of it. If your AI responds too early, it doesn't look like an AI. It looks fake. So you have to, and this is actually true. Like even if in normal games, you can trust me. I'm a game developer in part, and like some games could work much faster, but they still give that little amount of time so that it looks more like you're playing against an opponent instead of playing against the computer that could immediately respond, right? Cool. So the AI needs to go through the playing field. Now I think you already know what's going on. It's tic-tac-toe. It's tic-tac-toe with where you can play with the AI, and tic-tac-toe has a grid of 3x3 tiles, and you can see that I'm just basically hard coding that this tile is 0, 1, 2, up to 8, and now the AI just goes through each of the tiles, and it constructs a future, like a possibility in the future of like what the tiles could look like. So this one line on line 137 is basically says copy all the current state of the world into tiles, into the variable future, and also change the tile on tile I, change it to 2, which means the opponent, the AI's tile. And if this is winning, we haven't implemented is winning yet, but if this is a winning future, then assign I to winning, which means we know now that this particular number is the winning number, and we should probably take it, or tile. And also try to figure out if this again change the future to if this was taken by the player, and if it was taken by the player and the player would win, then assign this to blocking, which means like we should probably block this the player from playing this one. Cool. All right. So and then we check, is winning not null? If not, then that's our move. If not, then if yes, if it's null, then try blocking, and if not, then try normal. And if we have a move to play, then play it. Cool. So now we go with we need to implement winning actually. So for that, we basically just need to check for 1, 2, 3, 8 different possibilities, right? So the fact that who is winning can be either that. For example, I have a problem here that I will fix in a second. But if tiles 0 is who, which is either 1 or 2, is either player or the AI. If it's if that is 0, and I mean if that is who, basically if they all belong, if all these tiles belong to the player that we're asking about, then this is a winning state and we should return true, right? And now I'm basically going and listing all the possible ways that a player or the AI could win. So the first one is we have the whole row on the next one and the next one, and then there is this diagonal and then diagonal and then the rows, right? So that's the 8 different ways. And I have to use my brain now, and my past self needs to use his brain to figure out which numbers should go here. And you can see that I'm not that bad at it actually, because I have everything in front of me, right? So I can kind of see like 1, 2, 0, 1, 2 is the front row, and then from there it's like the first 3 rows are kind of a cheat sheet for me. Cool. So now I have the is winning method. I think I already done, but I'm going up to change the status so that if I am winning, if the player is winning, then it shouldn't say your move, but it should say you won. If the AI is winning, that it should say you lose or you lost or something like that. I don't remember exactly. And if not, then we say your move. Cool. So that works. And now I'm trying to, my past self is trying to restart. And then now I'm realizing, oh, I haven't implemented that yet. So now I'm implementing the restart button, which basically all it does is it changes the tiles back to 0. Everything needs to be 0. And of course, this is in set state. So 9 zeros. Cool. Save. And now restart should work. And now I can change things. Yeah. And you can see that I was blocked by the AI. I'm done now. I don't know it yet. My past self doesn't know it yet, but I'm done and everything works as I would expect. I'm just testing now. So cool. Now I'm trying to win. I'm trying to find out if I can win, and you can see me losing. I can't win in tic-tac-toe. I mean I can, of course, but like I was so worried that I'm missing something that I just kept losing. But I think now I will understand, that yes,
okay,
this is how you win in tic-tac-toe. Cool.
And
that's it. I think I finished before 10 minutes. I just stopped it at 10:29:48, but I'm pretty sure I was finished before. So I call it a success. Cool. So wow. I'm pretty happy. I mean, the code, of course, is terrible and just terrible. But you know, what do you expect for 10 minutes, right? Wow. All right. And it works. It has a restart button. It even wins the AI. So pretty cool. If you're interested in some of the shortcuts that I used while I was working on this, you should check out my course. I just published a course on Udemy about Android Studio shortcuts, so you could check it out. And if you want to know what the other project is, I'll tell you. It's the other project that I didn't have the balls to do when I was at Google is trying to build a full operating system in Flutter. I know, yes, but it's less ridiculous than you think. Anyway, have fun and see you around.